I have no idea. All right, what's up, people? How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. What is cracking? It's Friday, right? No, Tim, it's Thursday. Wednesday, shit. I wish it was Friday. Okay, Wednesday night here on the Tim Black Show. How y'all doing? Welcome back to it. Happy to have you, happy to have you. Hey. Oh, man, we're out of sync. We're out of sync. Slow. Damn it, guys. Here it is. Had a slight technical problem. Thought it was resolved. It's not resolved. Be right back, guys. Got no choice. Fun times, baby. Fun times. Damn, I got to reload all this stuff. Damn. All right. I don't even know how can I even save this? Can I save all this? Is it going to let me save any of this? Do I get to save any of this? I don't think I can. Damn it. Damn. Okay. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. Is that better? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. We got y'all. Thank you for your patience, fam. We had to. Sometimes you got to do that. That happens with StreamYard. What is going on, people? Welcome back to the Tim Black Show. Hope we're good to go, Buck. Are we okay, Buck? How we doing? I want to give a shout out to Buck Bewley and Black Mamba for doing what they do. Thank you, guys. Give it up for them. And yeah. Yo, what's up, people? What's up? So, if you're new to the show, this is the Tim Black Show. We cover U.S. politics, breaking news, black culture. That's it, black culture. We cover those topics, and we have a good time doing it here on the Tim Black Show. First things first, guys. All we're doing is having a conversation. That's it. Having a conversation about what's going on in the world. Ain't nobody putting on no airs. Ain't nobody trying to, win mascot of the year. We're just talking about the issues that matter and having a conversation. We're discussing the news of the day and the politics of now. This show is brought to you by you. That's right. We're not funded by the Democrats or Republicans. So that gives us the flexibility to say all types of things. In fact, I'm going to be as surprised as you. because I don't script this. The only thing scripted is this mug. This is the Tim Black Legacy mug. Politics for the People mug. Go to timblackmug.com. timblackmug.com and get your mug. I want to thank those who have already purchased their mug. Appreciate you for supporting this channel and for getting a cool-ass mug that goes in your dishwasher, your microwave, without a problem. Now, we are in the house. What's up to my people? I see a lot of my regular people in the house. Thank you guys. The Tim Black Wolfpack is in the house. Team Black's VIPs in the place. Doing what they do. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I had all these clips loaded up. I still got them. I just got to go get them one by one. So we'll do that. It's not a problem. Not a problem. Sometimes you got to coordinate. What's the news? What do we have before we get going? Gosh, is there anything going on, Buck? Black Mamba, is everything okay? Thank you, Megs. Megs starts to show off by giving out 5 memberships. Megs, I tell you, man, you are something else, Megs. Give it up for Megs. Yeah. Appreciate it. Robert Dalton, what's up, fam? Did you get your mug, Robert? Did you order a mug, Robert? I don't know. I sent out a batch of mugs of some people that ordered late last week. I think I got somebody who ordered Monday. Anyway, you get a tracking number so you can track it through UPS or USPS, and you'll be able to find out where it is. Yeah. And of course, if you run into problems with the order, I can track it down for you, find out where it is. What is going on? Okay, guys. So get that out of here. I got a couple topics I saw today that I thought were, topics that you would be interested in, things that matter, things that can be important to us, because not everything is important. I mean, with all the information that's out here, right? Some things, don't really don't need to go over everything. You know what I'm saying? So there's some, at some point, you gotta pick and choose what you're gonna cover. A plane crashed in the Platonic. Something happened. Damn. In the where? They hit a Black Hawk helicopter. Goodness gracious, man. That's not good, Johnson. Someone said there was a plane crash. Buck says there was a plane crash. A Black Hawk helicopter. So I'm just going to put up Black Hawk. Plane crash. Near DC, right here where I'm at. What's going on? Reagan National Airport. I've flown out of Reagan National before. Okay, that looks bad, Johnson. Potomac River. After a collision. A small aircraft crashes into the Potomac River. That's bad stuff, man. My thoughts go out to the families of those affected. That's serious business, man. That water, if the actual crash doesn't kill you, that water can. That hypothermia. It's no joke. All right, folks, let's get into this, man. Let's go. I got a couple things I want to run by you. Let's go by. I guess I'll just have to pick here. Now that my stuff has kind of changed. Okay, let's do this. Since everybody's just coming in, I guess people want to get a little pumped up. Let's pump up the volume a little bit. Earlier in the week, I covered a Latino guy. who was very upset. Yeah, he was very upset about what's going on with immigration. He had a lot of words for Trump, and he was like daring Trump to come get him. Well, he's back. Yeah, I guess, it got good to him. Going viral was fun. So he wanted to come back and talk a little bit more. Let's check him out. He has an update for us. Let's see if we can find this guy. Here we go. You guys remember him. Such a sweetheart.
Hey, Daddy Trump, you want to take us the fuck out of here? Come do this shit then. Look what the fuck do your house. Look what the fuck do your streets. Come get it, bitch. Hey, what's up, TikTok? Quick reminder to everybody in my comment section about the video and everything that is been harassing my family and sending me messages. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm legal. I'm gonna repeat it again. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm legal. So whoever, Border Patrol, ICE, I don't care. Bring it on, baby. I'm legal. Ain't nothing you can do to me. I express myself how I feel about my brothers and sisters, That's all I did. And freedom of speech, baby. That's all I'm doing. I'm an American.
Listen to this guy, man. I tell you, boy. That MAGA made him change his tune, didn't he? Yeah, he kind of modified his message a little bit there, sir. In his original video, he was talking real cock strong, like, come get me. Come get me. Yeah, and part of the argument, part of the pushback a lot of these elitist Democrats give, which I believe really are very racist, right? A lot of the elitist Democrats are racist. They're like, who's going to pick our strawberries? Who's going to clean our toilets if the Latinos, if the immigrants can't do it? Who's going to do it? They're actually saying this on live TV. And I'm wondering why more people aren't upset by it, as if that's the ceiling that people have. But I like this guy. This guy went on and cleared it up for us, because he wasn't talking about picking strawberries. He said, we're the one that build your houses and build your roads, which is what people have been talking about, how a lot of people who are undocumented get picked to do these jobs, and over American citizens, and these are not just picking squash and lettuce. Yeah, but it's also hilarious, man, that this guy says, you've been harassing my family. The guy puts out a video where he's cursing out the president, and then he has his face exposed. He probably has other content out there. I'm saying? I'm sure this isn't the only video he's ever done. So he puts out a video cursing out the president, then is surprised that people have something to say to him. And in this video, he didn't say, I'm standing up for my people. He said, come get me. He kept saying, come get him. Come get him. And was daring them to come get him. So now you want to flip it like you meant something important. Or you was just looking out for your brothers and your sisters. Okay. Yeah, people's tunes change, man, when ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Or the badge. Or the badge. And that's one of the things I don't like about this whole situation, man, because I'm a person, I never root for the cops. I just don't do that. I was even rooting for Wesley Snipes in New Jack City. I was rooting for Nino Brown against Ice-T. That's how bad I am. Only cop, yeah. I mean, because I looked at cops sort of like from Boys in the Hood. You know when that cop had Morris Chestnut, or was it Cuba Gooding Jr. on the car? I don't care if it was white cop, black cop, Latino cop, Asian cop. Nah, man, you remember that. No, I'll kill you. You remember that? Yeah, I was a young kid just good at that, like, yeah, that's how they do us. So yeah, it's kind of funny how they switch game up when things get a little icy. He's not by himself though, folks. I've been telling you, there's been some disagreeable stuff online if you look at something on your algorithm, on any platform that you're on, the more you look at that type of content, the more that platform is going to serve you that type of content. It's not a conspiracy to make you have to keep watching videos you hate. But if you interact with content, you watch it all the way through, you make comments, all the platform kids is that you interacted with it, you engaged with the content, so they're going to send you more of it. Here's this guy complaining about his algorithm and complaining about the blacks, which is always fun.
Lately, I have seen a lot of videos of black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen black.
Yeah, what's happening to Mexican people? It's funny how you truncate who these people been talking about. No, fam, it's undocumented migrants. There's a lot of names for it. I'm trying to be nice, okay? But it's not every Mexican. It's not Mexican people. It's a subsection of people that are not just Mexican. It's Nigerians, it's Haitians, it's Hondurans, it's Guatemalans, it's Asian. I say Asian, it's Ukrainians, it's Lithuanians. It's all types of people that are undocumented, okay? It's not just you. But, of course, hit dog holler. The hit dog does holler, so let's keep going. This guy's going to get totally disagreeable. The racism's going to come out.
People make videos talking about Mexicans. Don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people, they have Salvadorian people, they have Guatemalan people, they have Nicaraguan people, and a whole bunch of other countries that are willing to join forces with the Mexican people.
Won't they take you in then, since you need to go to a country where you can be productive, make money, build your families? Once you go to some of those countries you just listed. You'll know why I say that, because in just a moment you'll get a full picture of why I'm saying that. But this guy says, hey man, we got all the backup. We got all the people. Well then, why are you here illegally? I don't get it. Black people didn't get a choice when we got brought to America. We tried to run. We tried to get off the boat. We tried to run away when we was enslaved. Some of us made it. What's your excuse? See, he brags about all the people he got with him, all the people the Mexican people had with him. And then he goes and he keeps talking. It gets way worse.
Black people, what makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help? What for? Y'all black people can't even help yourselves.
Hey, since we can't help ourselves. See, this is exactly what I've been talking about, folks, about how they don't respect the civil rights movement. They come here, they enjoy it, they use it to their benefit. They love moving into apartment places, buildings, homes that they would not, before civil rights, they would never be allowed into. They come take advantage of all the blood, sweat, and tears, literal blood, sweat, and tears of Black Americans in this country. They don't even go through the process of going legally. And then what do? Take a big dump on us because he got a couple videos popped up on his timeline.
That's wild. Mexican people are hardworking people. Mexican people stick together.
There you go. Once again, since Mexican people stick together, once I'm saying, why leave Mexico? Stick together. Now, I know some people are going to take this as harsh. Good. All I'm saying is, if you want to make a video bragging about how badly you stick together, maybe you should not be making the video on the pretext that you're trying to immigrate into another country. Mexico's a country. Since you stick together, how about sticking together in Mexico? Or if you're going to go to another country, go through the process like many other millions of all types of people, including Mexicans, had to go through the process. It's not like it's a process for you that doesn't apply to anybody else. It's not like they're like, all the Asians can come in undocumented. You don't need paperwork. You don't need to be a citizen. They run a red light. They get caught in a shopping store or whatever, in a store shoplifting. They go through the same thing you go through. It's not like the police ICE be like, oh, he's Latino and this one's Asian. They be like, who's undocumented? So anyway, let's keep going.
They make it work. That's the total opposite of a black person.
There comes the racism. Yeah, we don't make it work. Somehow, we was able to survive America and still be here. We survived hundreds of years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, something, whatever we're into now, people call it Jane Crow, without you guys. And now here you come telling us we don't know how to make it work, but you do. Make it work in Mexico. See, all those people that get butthurt when I talk about this stuff, remember this guy. Remember him. Remember what he said. And then multiply him by all the black people that got to listen to this guy. This guy and people just like him in America talking to black Americans while sitting in America undocumented. Think about it.
You want to call me a racist? Go right ahead.
Hey, he doesn't even care if you think he's racist. He's fine with it. He's the guy that works somewhere doing something. He's just keeping it real.
I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, real racist. He's just keeping it real racist. I love it. I love it. I just keep it real.
Go right ahead. I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us. What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now.
There you go. Perfect. You're not coming to us. So why are you making a video to us? I don't understand. You don't need us. You said we worthless. We can't help you. You got help from El Salvadorians. But somehow, you're in a country that I built, my family, my ancestors built for free against their will. You're like, I guess I'll just pull up in my Pinto, in my car trucking. What's them cars with look like a car and a truck smashed together? I'm gonna pull up in that and talk smack about everybody black. He's gonna end on a high note too.
Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother?
You trust MS-13? Y'all got some gangs. You trust them? You trust the gangs that are in Mexico, cartels, cutting people's heads off? I mean, it's a lot of different types of Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people doing some things. So, like, yeah, I don't trust everybody. I don't trust people just because they look a certain color. No, that's crazy talk. I've lived a lot of places. Anybody will get you if you slipping. White, black, Latino, Asian, West Indian, like, it don't matter, man. You ain't been in America long, have you?
Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
Listen to this guy. They gonna make it work. I love this. I love it. Make this shirt. Make this shirt be ironed. How about that? How about you know what? I'm not even gonna get petty. Here's the deal, son. You feel in a certain kind of way. It's not a good idea to poke the dragon. You in here poking the dragon, sir. You're in here playing games with the alligator's nostrils. Don't he get your whole damn arm all the way up to your shoulder blade in his mouth? Then you want to cry, mommy, papi. See, that's not gonna work. Next, I bet you by next week, he'll have a video complaining about all the negative backlash that the blacks have given him. I'm putting out this video. All of a sudden, he'll be the victim. Why they do me like this? See, that's how they treat Mexicans. Now, I wanted to do my best to even things out because, I want you to know the internet is full of stuff. You got your negative comments like this guy right here, complaining about black people, don't need black people, but some reason want to talk to them. Then you got the other guy who said, come get me, chump daddy, you B. Then you get Latino brothers like this. Yeah, it's a brother from here, on this video. He's gonna be a stark contrast to what you just heard. And this brother, he gets it. In fact, he gets it so well that I'm not the type of person to hand out invitations to the cookout. But if I was at the cookout and he walked in, I'd be like, all right. Got any Modelo?
Communities in the United States historically have been severely handicapped by the party that they have been convinced to vote for. The black communities in the United States historically have been severely handicapped by the party that they have been convinced to vote for over and over and over again. They've been made promises to, they've been lied to, they've been told that their schools were going to get money, that they were going to get economic impact in their neighborhoods, and it never happens because the people that convince them to vote for them are the most conniving, snaky, dirtiest politicians in the world, and they steal the money, and then they leave the black communities to flounder. That's been going on for 60, 70 years. That should be fixed before we go over to some place in some other part of the world and try to help those people. Like, those are American citizens that need to be fucking handled and treated just like every other American citizen. If I was a black person in America, in a black neighborhood, a black urban area that's been run down, and I see them sending hundreds of billions of dollars to other places like Israel and Ukraine and wherever else, what the dude? Look at my neighborhood.
Right.
Look at my community.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is the reason why sometimes people don't understand. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating that this brother gets it. Sometimes I'm talking to black people that don't get it. He said more clear. He has more clarity when it comes to this conversation than some black people that I run into online, who for some reason so buddied up to the Democratic Party. Now, I'm not talking about the operatives. It's a lot of Democratic operatives. They want to be news people for the Democrats. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about regular folks. But I appreciate this guy. This guy has a podcast. I think it's called Real AF. Real AF. And they're on YouTube. So shout out that brother for dropping dimes. Yeah, man, 60, 70 years. He's saying exactly what I've been saying. But sometimes people need to hear somebody else say it. I'm all for that. Sometimes a diversity of voices, like saying the same thing, because you hear black people say, for some reason, when black people say something, even some black people be like, you know what I'm saying? It's white supremacy. Yeah. Well, black people don't believe black people. You heard the other guy. The other guy was foul as hell, but that part is somewhat true in some instances. We have some black people who won't listen to other black people. But that's not because we bad people. It's because of the systemic racism that we face in this country is embedded in the psyche of some people. But this guy gets it, and I'm glad. I wanted to share that because it's not a monolith. Everybody's not the same. So we should kind of give people the opportunity to see where they're sitting at. But once people show you who they are, believe them. Yeah, 60, 70 years is a long time to prove how you rolling. 60, 70 years. I was disappointed in this video I put out a few days ago about earn your leisure. My people didn't want to watch the video. I'm like, damn, man, this is an important video. We got these guys that say they're into the stock market, making black people get money. And it looks like what they're most focused on is getting their own money. Because how can you be talking about DEI programs for businesses and not know that low extremely low rate of subcontracts that Black Americans are awarded via the federal government. I mean, you're talking about a subject that you've done absolutely no research on, and then you're telling Black people they're misinformed to think otherwise. You haven't rebutted me. You have not responded, but you want to see. Whenever I hear a Black person resort to the Black people are misinformed, grossly misinformed. When I hear Black people kind of like talking down to other Black people that way, they go into that Obama shit. You know that Obama talk? You know what I'm talking about? Well, Obama puts Black people down under the guise that he's helping. Oh, come on, Pookie, don't be a Pookie. Come on now, don't be a Pookie now. Come on now. You know better than that. Pull your pants up. Stop listening to rap music. Stop pimping when you walk. You know, because that's everything to do with generational wealth. I mean, if you did not listen to rap music, you'd have generational wealth. I mean, how much is your Spotify account? $10? See, if you invested that $10, like me and Michelle, then you wouldn't be having, generational wealth problems. Now, I know I've been president for 2 terms, and the wealth gap didn't close, but hey, at least you got to see Michelle. Michelle was up there, and my daughters was up there. And I was doing my thing, and you were, helping me become a multimillionaire. Because that's what I did. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what I'm saying. I was on the streets of Chicago trying to be a player. Then I got the game. Now I got the game, I'm doing the game. Now I won the game. I got security. And I got Jennifer Aniston. I got security, I got Jennifer Aniston, and I got Michelle, she ain't going nowhere. Where you gonna go? Shannon Sharp? She don't want no Shay Shay. She had Barry B. Hey man, we supposed to be having a conversation. I forget why I even brought all that up. Okay, I know what it is. Obama has a propensity to talk down to Black people. I get really tired of that. When I hear that in the voice of the Earn Your Leisure guys, and then their numbers are wrong, and the numbers are gross, not just a little wrong, grossly wrong. Like not even worth, because if you get Black people get 1.3% of federal government contracts. And remember, when I say Black, I'm not just talking about Black Americans. I'm talking about anybody that may have checked Black on the box. Nigerians, Somalians. I mean, they don't differentiate between all of that. Okay? So less than 2% of federal projects under Biden. I'm talking about fiscal year 2023. Under Biden, we got less than 2% of government contracts, federal government contracts. And I got these guys talking like Black people dumb because they're not upset about DEI programs in the federal government, in the contract awarding. Nah, man. Nah. You would think the 98% or whatever that was, so how effective is DEI programs? That's my whole point. How effective is it if we 14% of the population but get 2% of the contracts? How well was it doing? Why should people get a job, keep a job, if their whole purpose is to diversify and the best they can do for us is 2%? My question is, what was the percentage we had before DEI? See, that's the real rub. See, I think maybe DEI made the cake get chopped up. And as always, scraps go to Black people. That's what I was going to, Earn Your Leisure, guys. So you keep on with the horse, the horse trading. You go ahead with the talking down stuff. And then I'll have to come back and say more. But I'm going to let it go for now. I'm going to let it go. Because we got other things to cover. And apparently my audience was not that interested. Maybe just not that popular. They even knew who you were when they saw the video thumbnail. But yeah, it was concerning. Because that's some bullshit. Black people are grossly misinformed. Nah, you're grossly trying to misinform black people. That's what you're doing. All right. I tell you, that's Steve Harvey. These big names that come through, man, changes people. Their heads get all twisted around, become Democratic Party shields. They start being more concerned with the Democratic Party than keeping it real and actually uplifting Black Americans. They become a race for themselves. Next, damn it. Okay, guys, let me do this real quick. Let me shout out. Don't forget to shout out the Tim Black Wolfpack members of the Tim Black Show that support this channel and keep this channel trudging on through all the drama. So thank you for what you do, being a member of the show, my VIPs. Thank y'all. This is a list of my VIPs right here, man. Yeah, these people are amazing. So thank you for what y'all do. Our goal tonight, as always, well, not always, but we're looking to get 400 likes. I don't know how we're doing, but can we get everybody get a like? If you're on Facebook, if you're on X, you're watching this content, I need you to come on over, hit the like button on YouTube. It's not like you got to get in your car and drive. It's an app. So go find us on the app, hit the algorithm, help the algorithm so that more people can find the show. At some point, I would like to qualify for monetization on X, but that hasn't happened. So the only way I'm making any money off this show is YouTube. So help the YouTube algorithm so I can continue to grow this platform and make it happen. Yeah. How we doing, y'all? Y'all ready? Let's do it. I'm about to cover some stuff about ICE, RFK, Trump. I'm going to do this public announcement. Okay, so let me do this clip now. Because it's a heavy hitter clip, and I feel compelled to cover this. There was a young child, 7 years old, by the name of Ivory Smith, who had her life taken by a drunk driving, undocumented immigrant. This story was the only place I could find it was local affiliates in Houston, Texas, in Fox News. I want people to realize the same games that they play with all other things, they play the same games with immigration, with undocumented, where certain channels will play it, others won't. Certain networks cover certain content because they want to control narratives. All media content on corporate America does this. This happened like a week ago. This happened, actually, the actual death was December 1st. Here goes the video for more context. If it wasn't for, I had somebody on Twitter send me this. They said, Tim Black, I haven't heard any black women or men in Congress say a word about the case of Ivory Smith. Her rights were violated as a U.S. citizen. She should be alive at school right now, but is no longer here. They don't believe folk here illegally breaking the law should be deported. Say. So I saw this on my timeline.
My niece has lost her only child. Her dad has lost his only daughter. Our family has lost Ivory, which was loved throughout our family. She was one of our youngest ones in the family. And we're just seeking justice. We're trying to get these laws changed because it's unfair. Like you guys say, it's 12 days before Christmas, and we're planning a funeral instead of trying to celebrate Christmas. That smile, y'all see it. We're going to miss it. We have so many memories of Ivory. She was such a bubbly star to us. She loved the spotlight. She loved to dance. She loved gymnastics. She had a YouTube channel, and we're just going to miss her. She was always, that smile you see, she was always smiling.
I just want to include that, man. And I wanted to remind people that what we do in this media game is atrocious, man. They only cover what they want to cover because they don't want to amplify the message that, yeah, undocumented people kill people too. And some of those people they kill are American citizens. And if it was your family member that was taken, whose life was taken by somebody who didn't even have a reason being here, was not here legally, was supposed to be on an ICE detainer but wasn't because they committed other crimes, yeah, you'd be upset about it. You probably wouldn't take it on the chin and be so diplomatic. You'd probably be, yeah, livid, destroyed, angry. And it happens. And CNN and MSNBC won't cover this. But if it had been a story of a pissed off white guy beating the hell out of an undocumented person, it would have been everywhere. But the story of this little black girl being mowed down in her car with her mother almost died as well. According to reports, this drunk driving undocumented person hit their car, got out his car fine, took pictures, got back in his car, and attempted to flee the scene. Cops caught up to him. This doesn't mean that every person who's here in America, undocumented, is killing people. It does mean, my point of showing you this, first of all, is respect to Ivory Smith and her family, but also to highlight just how the media plays these games. Once again, when they want to amplify Black death, they do. See, people be under the idea, oh, Black people get this special treatment. No, we get used by corporate media. That's what happens. Just like they use everybody else. America uses everything for profit. That's part of the decay with America, is the profit-driven society that we have has no boundaries. There's no guardrails about what we won't seek to make money off of. So, in this case, you won't hear it. Now, you'll hear about George Floyd because it fits a narrative that the Democrats want to flourish that narrative. But you won't hear about Ivory Smith. Think about why. And then decide, is it really because we don't care? Or is it because they don't care and they have their own agenda? I just want some people I think some people really don't see the issue for what it is. Okay. RIP. Next story. Let's go to Trump's federal freezing. Let's do this because I've been trying to figure this out. I've been kind of in my head trying to analyze, like, what the hell happened here? You know, what the hell happened? Okay, so last night at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there was an announcement that federal funds were freezing. And everybody went ballistic saying, oh, things are getting frozen. SNAP, Medicare, Social Security, everything frozen. The government just froze all of the money. And everybody was jumping out the window. And by today at around 1 p.m., all the funds were unfrozen. I don't know what happened. They said, I think a court said you can't do that. But there was a memo released that said, hey, the former OMB, so Trump wrote an executive order, and then he rescinded the executive order. Here goes a little bit of background about what happened.
Judge hits the brakes on the Trump administration's funding freeze. The plan aimed to stop the flow of trillions of dollars into federal grants and loans.
The freeze was met with legal action, including a lawsuit from a coalition of attorneys general like New Jersey AG Matt Platkin. He joins us now from Newark. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me.
So this Trump's funding freeze is actually now on pause until Monday. What's y'all's plan for what happens next now?
Well, we're back in court this afternoon, again, arguing for this unconstitutional, illegal freeze of trillions of dollars of federal spending to be stopped. And I think people need to understand just how intensely this would affect their lives. Education could be affected for our kids, healthcare for our seniors, law enforcement could literally be defunded throughout the country, including in states like New Jersey. So I'm proud of the fact that a coalition of attorneys general across the country, which we are helping lead, has stood up to say the president cannot overrule the rule of law simply because he wakes up and doesn't like something.
Yeah, but can the president, I mean, does he have the power to override Congress when it comes to a budget?
No, he doesn't, not at least in this way, and it's never been tried before on this scale. With the stroke of a pen and with no warning and creating mass confusion, his administration froze potentially trillions of dollars of spending.
But why? I'm sure this guy has an idea why. Oh, I know. Because Trump is just an idiot. You know, he did it for fun because he's a sadistic. You know what they want you to believe? They want you to believe it was done for fun and games. Just fun and games. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of why it was done. And I'm like, okay, so why did he freeze money? Why would someone who's trying to change the way we spend money and what we spend it on, why would they put a plug on the money faucet for a minute? Maybe to send a message that we're trying to put a plug on the money faucet? Maybe to make people say, hey, well, okay, we need to take a stronger look at this, a closer look at what's being spent. Maybe. Of course, these are ideas that people can't even contemplate because it's Trump. Trump doesn't get the benefit of the doubt that maybe he actually wants to save a few dollars. Can't be, can't be. We waste a lot of money in this country. This guy is not interested in that conversation. And I'm under the understanding that Medicare for All and Social Security weren't impacted by this. In fact, was anything impacted by this? Because it wasn't even 24 hours. You mean to tell me the lights went off that quick? I mean, everybody gets more than 24 hours before they get the lights cut off, right? So, I don't know.
Yesterday, we couldn't access Medicaid funds, so people's health care was questioned. We couldn't access housing funds, so we didn't know if people were going to be thrown out on the street.
Were they thrown out on the street and did they lose their housing? Did people lose their Medicaid? Nothing happened, right? Except the news cycle. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, we were afraid. Okay, stop being so afraid. Punk ass. Like, what happened? So no one really got thrown out. No one lost their coverage. No one got unhoused, right? They don't even want to admit that nothing happened.
In the bitter cold, I actually got a notice that the administration was halting all efforts to combat drug trafficking, something that I think is a priority of this administration.
You fight against Trump shutting down the border. Now you're worried about drug trafficking. Really? Really, Johnson? Oh, the richness. The richness of the hypocrisy. Is there anybody listening that actually believes this guy? You really think they care about this? Why would you not want a place where drugs come into America to be more scrutinized, to have more controls, more security? Why would you not want to do that? And why would... Okay, so look, let's go to Donald Trump. Let's hear what he has to say, because I got the wrong guy to tell us about this because he's not telling us anything. He's telling us what we were afraid of. I want to know what happened. So Trump is here talking about what the intentions are or were.
Announced in 2015 and we won in 2016. We did very well in 2020, but we did really well just recently. And I'm restating right now to correct any confusion that the media has purposely and somehow, for whatever reason, created Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form. We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse. In that process, we identified and stopped $50 million being sent to Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas. 50 million. And you know what's happening?
What? You mean Nigeria? Because these got to be Trojans. Right? I don't know, man. I'm a little confused here. Are these gold condoms? $50 million for condoms? This can't be true. Come on, Johnson. Stop playing around. Come on, Trump. Did Trump say what he just said? I must have misheard him. Let's listen one more time.
For Hamas, 50 million. Condoms for Hamas. To Gaza to buy condoms for Hamas, 50 million. And you know what's happened to them? They've used them as a method of making bombs. How about that? We stopped an attempt to make an illicit payment for...
Hold on a second. You can make a bomb out of a condom? These people are geniuses. It may be a terror organization, but they are geniuses. Woo! We need that type of ingenuity in America. Maybe we need to open up our border to Hamas. I mean, they're making... I mean, you know, Elon Musk was just saying that Americans aren't bright enough. We need some foreign workers. Be like Hamas, who know how to make bombs out of condoms. I don't know. I'm just consider all angles, right? A smart business person would consider all alternatives.
Illegal alien resettlement. We canceled $181 million in DEI training contracts. This is just for the training of people in DEI, which has been terminated and completely terminated. And we...
Whoa, $181 million just in training. I wonder who had those contracts. Who was doing the training? Yeah, I wonder who had that. Less than 3% of directors of DEI programs were Black. A whopping like 90% were white women. That's why I've been saying white women should be the most upset about this. And people, I've seen people get upset when I say that. It's not to hate on white women. I'm telling you the numbers, Johnson. That's who's been running this show. It is what it is. If it was, if it was Asian men, I'd tell you, not withholding any information. I'm just saying that you do the numbers on what's going on. So $181 million just in the training. And we're not even talking about the placement, the jobs. We're not telling you how Black people very rarely benefit from this. I told you about the federal programs, the contracts, less than 2%, right? Talk to me, Johnson. Talk to me. Make it make sense. But then we get to be the ones, everybody in the world thinks, when they think DEI, they think Black people getting help. That's because they like using the language of Black people. They like talking about Black people's struggle. Instead of every conversation going, well, in America, we got the history of oppression against Black Americans and blah, 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 blah. And Black American struggle and Black American pain and Black American suffering, slavery, discrimination, Jim Crow, redlining, forced sterilization, blah, 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 medical experimentation, blah, 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 blah. The death of Kobe Bryant. Tupac, what happened to him? Biggie, hey, what's going on here? This is crazy. The latest, Kanye West lost his mind. Look at what's going on here. They do all that, right? And then they get around to it. So what we're going to need is we need to start some programs that help everybody. LGBTQ XYZ, and all the people from Ukraine, and all the people in Israel and Panama and any other place we want to go to that people might need some money. We might send some money to people on Mars, even though ain't no people on Mars. But just because we might want to do that, because that seemed like a nice thing to do. And we're going to set up some nice programs for white women to run here to further this interest, and we just need to do that because that's what it is. Wraparound services for for the undocumented dreamers and people that with two left feet, and people with the heels that ain't been sand down and got calluses on them. We need more money for all these things, and remember, Black people really need your help, and Black people are really struggling, and that's sort of the hustle. If people hear that, they hear all that, they go, Black people, it's Black people time again. It's Black people time again. Meanwhile, Black people get the bottom of it. And look, I don't have a problem, folks. Hey, man, I can take Black people being accused of getting hooked up by the government, but at least let us be really getting hooked up by the government. You know how much disrespect it is to hear somebody say you're a governmental moocher when they're the ones getting all the mooching? That's what's been going on in this country. You know that, right? For 100 years, it's been some white guy with his gut hanging out, drinking a beer, talking shit about Black people, saying Black people relying on the government, that we're mooching off the government. Meanwhile, it's a bunch of white people doing most of it. And look, I can take the slings and arrows and the abuse, but cut my check. Call me what you want to call me, but call me paid. But that's not what's happening. We get all the ridicule, all the abuse, all the name calling, all the scapegoating, all the gaslighting, and none of the money. Like John, what, Larry? Oh, Larry? Or Shark Tank, the money. Show me the money.
Caused $1.7 billion in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations, including stopping more than $40 million that was organizations, including stopping more than $40 million, and we paused $1.7 billion in unauthorized payments to foreign organizations, including stopping more than $40 million that was on its way out the door to the very corrupt World Health Organization, which has not done its job and not done it properly. We also, blocked $45 million for diversity scholarships in Burma. 45, that's a lot of money for diversity scholarships in Burma.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I'm sorry. Where's Burma? Is that in America? Why are we giving money to Burma? Burma's in Asia. Help. Oh, Trump's the bad one, huh? Don't get it twisted, guys. This is propaganda these people are laying down. So let me get this right. Trump pulled the plug on the money faucet so we can see where the money's going. Oh, y'all ain't gonna hear me? He told Kool and the gang to unplug shit. So Kool and the gang went over and started unplugging all the equipment. Hear that feedback noise? That feedback sound when they unplug all the mics? And then say, okay, now let's look at where the money's at. Let's see where all the money's going. Why are we sending more money to Burma than we're sending to Birmingham? Make that make sense. Understand what I'm saying? We got the money, Johnson. You know, these people that call themselves progressive, they are some phony mofos, man. I remember back 5 years ago or so, I was still rocking with these people. Yeah, man, that was crazy. I thought they were sincere. All of them are on the wrong side of history right now because they don't want to piss off their viewers. One of our main arguments was America can afford to do anything it wants to do. It just doesn't want to do it. They get a guy in that the Democrats hate that's trying to take the money that's going places it shouldn't go, and they're still shitting on him. We should not be sending money to Burma. We should be sending money to, local, our own cities and states. We had the Latino brother put it down. He said the exact same thing. I mean, this brother said it. He was putting it down. He said, yo, if I was a Black American and I saw what was going on and I saw money leaving my country for other places, I'd be like, take care of this first. When I say it, I'm called racist. So sometimes you need, or a sellout. Because anytime you go against the Democrats, you got a small group of Black people that call you a sellout. Because they think Democrat means Black people. This is goofiest stuff in the world. A party started by white people that were against the ending of slavery, who had such characters as Lock 'em Up Joe Biden as their leader, and Bill Clinton as, oh, come on now. Sometimes you gotta lock them up. You gotta lock them all up. Lock them all up. I like Chris Tucker, but I don't like the rest of these mothers. And somebody can't wrap their heads around it. They just don't get it, family. They just don't get it. So look, hey, don't tell me that you're progressive if when you got the guy saying, hey, we got to stop sending money out the door for the wrong ish and recalibrate it other places. Now, I don't know where you're going to send it to. Okay? So I'm not saying it's perfect. But it's sort of like the way I talk about the Democratic Party, man. I say, look, I want people to stop voting. When I say the Tim Black Show, the Tim Black Show gives Black America the raw truth it deserves. That's the goal. My goal is to help Black America get out of the burning building, which is the Democratic Party. Okay? Ultimately, that's going to mean we got to start a new party. Because I ain't saying run to the Republican Party. But if I say, let's go start a new party, people get like, what? That's crazy. Because they're 2 steps away. I thought this through. I've been awake in my bed looking at the ceiling thinking about what's the message? What should it be? And if you tell people we need to start a new party, if that's the first thing you say, people are daunted. People look at that hill to climb. I say, look, we need to get out this burning building. Let's get out the burning building, then we'll decide what we need to do. Okay? It's going to burn. You want to burn in it? You've been burning in the building for 60, 70 years. Not only Black people know it, everybody else know it too. That Tino dude just told you the same thing Tim Black been telling you. He ain't even dealing with it. You're not even Black and he knows. So, you can't call yourself progressive if you want to keep allowing our money to go to other countries and that be spent here in America. It ain't perfect, but we need to stop spending the money there before we can reallocate it. Wake people up to the waste of the government waste, and then see what we can do with it. One step at a time, fam, one step at a time. So, yeah, when people are complaining about this, I've been trying to get to the bottom of what the freeze was all about. It seems like people love a news cycle, man. The news cycle is amazing. All the money that's made on talking about it. People jumping up and down. I saw panels of people having conversations. Trump's trying to ruin the world. Trump's trying to do everything wrong. Look at Trump going crazy. But very few of them had any idea, like they didn't try to explain anything about what was happening. So I'm glad I found this clip of Trump kind of laying it down like, look, these people crazy with the money, Johnson. $181 million to do what? Train people in DEI. A program that's failed Black people. Use Black people to get implemented, and then fail Black people doing its implementation. It is actual operation. People cannot produce to me small numbers that will make it even possible, feasible, reasonable for us to be behind that program at all. And still we got people talking about boycotting. So they go to a membership-only retailer to boycott stores who don't want to be a part of a program that wasn't helping black people specifically anyway. But you want black people to boycott them, go get their money to the other white corporation. He didn't say go shop black. He said go spend your money with these white people. Don't spend your money with these white people. Spend your money with these white people because these white people be hiring Latinos, LGBTQ, veterans, disabled people. When nobody else hire them, I thought it's against the law to discriminate. But they don't have a DEI program. Who said you need a DEI program to hire somebody? You don't need to be following DEI to hire people, right? Are you saying that everybody else who's not part of DEI programs are discriminating, violating constitutional rights? No, I'm not saying that, Tim. Then what are you saying? Are they not a part of your little circle jerk? Oh. Maybe they're going to hire more black people, but they had to go down the list and hire another veteran. We got any veterans out here? Any veterans? Anywhere? Okay, hold on a second. I know you want a job, Mr. Black. Hold on. We got any Vietnamese? Got any French? Anybody with a wheelchair? Anybody with bad knee? Anything? Gout? Foot fungus? Bad breath? Anything? Cockeyed? Anything? Anybody with any problems? Oh, you got lazy eye? That's really not a problem, Tim Black. Just wait. We'll get to. Maybe we'll get to you. We'll see. Anybody? Any trans people here? Trans people with a limp? Up. There we go. Sorry, Mr. Black. We'll see you next month. Come check back. That's how it works. Get it? That makes sense? Not like we got 1 billion jobs. Somebody go 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4 potato, 5 potato, 6 potato. Now would be a good time, y'all. Now would be an excellent time to hit the like button. If you have not hit like button on this show, I gotta ask you why not? What you waiting on? This is your call. Hit the like button. Once again, this show is brought to you by the Tim Black Mug. Go to timblackmug.com. Get yourself the Tim Black Legacy Mug. I got one, you get one. Dishwasher safe. Microwave safe. And if an intruder comes in your house, hit them in the head, break it over their head, and use the sharp edges to get them in the neck. Right here to juggle it. Right here. That's right. You can defend yourself with a Tim Black Mug. Politics for the people. See, they don't have commercials like that on them channels you be watching. Humanist Report still out there? I'm a humanist. Just joking. I'm a humanist. So lame. I saw somebody today. I saw something. Look, man, we're going to have a rule. If you're going to be trying to shame black people, I'm upset because black people are saying, good, deport them. You do know we're talking about people that are here illegally, right? I tell you, I'm upset. We should not be cheering on the deportation. First of all, it ain't that many people doing it. You in the algorithm now because you sat and watched, got upset, you commented like a dumbass on a thread about it, and now it knows. You engaged with that content, so now they're going to send you everybody who trying to make a name off this thing and trying to ride the wave. That's what that is. But even if that wasn't the case, you didn't say, like, no one's saying go get American citizens out of their beds at night and put them in Guantanamo. But we got countries that don't want to take their people back. And they broke laws, not only coming here, but broke laws while they've been here. Where they gonna go? What are you gonna do with them? I guess we could take them to your house. Drop them off at Sigourney Weaver's house. Her and Selena Gomez could take them. They got money. her, Selena Gomez, Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, they'll take them. Yeah, just back a bus up to Rosie's crib. I'm sure she'll make room. What's wrong? What's the problem? Get a few MSNBC News anchors to take them. I'm sure Ari Melber will take them. Come on. Arya makes space. All right. Tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta use your resources, you know? Let people step up, allow to breed these people that are so concerned about strawberries, allow them an opportunity to get involved. Fight for their country. Sacrifice. Open up their guest room, their guest house, whatever the hell they got. All right. Next story. Let's jump to this because this is fun. ICE targets a Fairfax County neighborhood. Yeah, ICE targets a Fairfax County neighborhood. This is not far from where I am. You know, it's about 30 minutes from where I am, Fairfax County, Virginia, just over the bridge. Let's take a look at this because I saw this and say, oh, this is close to home. I gotta cover this, Johnson. Let's find this young man or old man or this dude. This dude is pissed, y'all.
Aggressive knocks at.
He's pissed off. He said some cops knocked on his door looking for people.
As aggressive knocks at my door. I approached the door, but before opening it, I asked who it was.
Wow. Good guy here. People knocked on his door. He asked who it was. Smart man.
Knocks at my door. I approached the door, but before opening it, I asked who it was. I heard in response that it was the police. I asked if they had a warrant. They indicated that they did.
He says when they gave him an Hispanic name he didn't recognize, he opened the door.
I fully expected to see Fairfax County police at the door. Instead, I saw a group of men. It was at least 4, but I think it was more, decked out in what I would describe as like tactical gear.
In the video provided to News 4 by another resident, you can see the word police and the acronym ERO, which stands for Enforcement and Removal Operations within ICE.
I told them that they should be ashamed of themselves, that they were breaking up families, and that, what my government was doing was embarrassing, and they're embarrassing our country.
Early morning door knocks more traumatic for another neighbor who spoke to our Telemundo 44 partner and asked we conceal her identity. They were knocking very hard on the door. They were trying to force it open. They kept trying to turn the handle and kept pushing hard against the door. She says the incident was so frightening to her 10-year-old that she was crying and asked not to go to school today. She's afraid that when she comes home from school, I'll be gone. Residents say they do not believe anyone was taken into custody. This resident telling our Juliana Valencia he's upset everyone was subjected to the pre-dawn door knocks.
I got a question. And I know it's going to make me sound, bad, and I get that. I understand that, but I gotta give you my opinion. Why is she not putting her face on TV? Why was mom not willing to put her face on TV? Just wondering, because this guy's all up in the camera, giving us the play-by-play about how he answers doors and makes sure he looks out peepholes before he opens doors. He's all in the camera. I thought you were going to give me a Breonna Taylor story. Remember Breonna Taylor? I thought that's where you were going, how the cops shot like 40 times into the apartment and killed a woman in her, in her own house. I thought you were going to give me one of those stories. Because they're the type of stories that happen to us. So they were there to serve a warrant looking for somebody, my understanding is, who had abused children and was undocumented. Yeah, that's what they were looking for. That's why they gave you a specific name. They gave you any random Latino person We just looking for Latino people. We looking for Mexicans. No, they're looking for Mexicans. They're looking for a particular person. Do you even care that that person is hurting children? That's why they're looking for them? They didn't keep down your door, man, and they didn't shoot you. Sounds like a good day to me. Yeah, sounds like a good day to me. I mean, worse things have happened. But see how everybody wants to be victim. But nobody wants to go all the way to the victim, like really go to where the real victims lie. You know, the real victim stories. You know, we got real victim stories. I've covered real victim stories. I covered a story where a white guy, the cops went to the wrong house, killed the white guy on his own porch. He had the wrong house, had the wrong guy, shot him on his own porch. It's like, I'm not who you're looking for. You're in the wrong place. Got up to walk away. They grabbed him. He tried to fight back. They shot him and killed him on his own porch. Covered that like 8 years ago. There's the story about the cops coming to the door looking for dad. And see they get the son. The son has a Xbox controller in his hand. They thought it was a gun. They shoot. No, a Wii. He had a Wii controller in his hand. You know, the Wii controller? They thought it was a gun. They shoot him, kill him. Tatiana Jefferson, same thing. In her house with her little nephew. So we've had horrific stories. Now they want to make someone knocking on your door loudly as bad as the Tatiana Jefferson missing Christmas. As Breonna Taylor missing Christmas. And it's just not the same thing, is it? How dare my country embarrass me this way? If you embarrassed by ICE rounding up undocumented people that have records, if that embarrasses you, man, you're going to be totally humiliated when you find out the other shit we be doing. I mean, this is light work. Man, he going to lose his mind when he find out what really be going on. Wait till you find out what they've done to the blacks. Did you know? We had some cops that just finished sodomizing some black guys, like a couple, was it in Carolinas, I think it was? Yeah. They did the same thing. They knocked on the door and then they went to town on a couple of black guys. I think because they were dating white women or something. I mean, I don't think you really understand what America's about. You yuppie. You know, this is yuppie goofball. Like, you know, I'm cue ball. The cue ball here dude don't get it. This is America being nice. Yeah, this is nice America. You don't want to see piss off America. Let's see the rest of the story, Johnson.
And I asked them, hey, like, if you have a warrant, it's for a specific apartment. Are you knocking on everyone's door? I kind of reiterated some of the concerns. The individual who seemed to be in charge threatened to lock me up, asked me if I wanted to be locked up. That would be more accurate.
Across the
Yeah, I wonder how annoying you were. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wonder how annoying. I wonder if if you're truly describing how much of an asshole you were. And look, I'm not a person that sides with the cops. Not typically. But letting you ride the white lightning sounds like a damn good idea. I'm just saying, Johnson, you seem very annoying right now. I'd lock you up now if I could. Yeah. Let you spend a couple days cooling your heels around some Mexicans in jail. You get to know them. You get to know some people that are there because they should be. That would be interesting for you to find out. And realize ICE was looking for people like that who weren't in there that's supposed to be there. Maybe you need to go for a tour. Yeah, that's it, guys. We know what we need to do. What we need to do is we need to allow some of these liberals to go get scared straight. Remember that show from like the 90s or the 80s, whatever it was? Where they would take kids that were dumb, hard-headed, disobedient kids, and they take them to like jail, make them be in jail for a couple of days around real thugs, felons, criminals, like, you know what I'm saying? And show them just what their lifestyle is leading to. Oh, you don't want to go to school, huh? I don't like school. I do what I want to do. Shut up, old man. They take them down, put them in jail for a couple of days. Yeah. We need to come up with a program for liberals. Yeah, liberals that are complaining. Yeah, let's take some of these cute bald head mofos. Let's take them down to the jail. Let them spend a little bit of time around some real killers. You know, I've been to some areas in Maryland. I met bad people. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was a tough guy. Until I got around some of these people, man. It was a guy, they called him Killer. And it wasn't because he was Cameron. You know what I'm saying? They weren't saying that as a like a puppy name, like a name for jokes, you know, because he was a literal killer. You never been around people like this. You don't understand. There are people that don't care about your life, sir. You know, not everyone. So my impression of this whole thing is we got a gross miscommunication about what's really going on. Either you got a border or you don't. But let's not fool ourselves. There are people from other countries who look at America like it's something to eat. They're like, oh man, this is what y'all call police. Man, you don't know how these people get down in other countries that they're from. The type of criminal activity that goes on. The type of total disregard for life. You don't get it. I think we need to do it, man. I'm real talk, man. We need to take the liberals, take them on, round them up, and take them down to put them in a scared straight program. Maybe we call it Liberals Red Pill. A liberal red pill program where they go down. Yeah, here we go. We need to red pill all the liberals. Take them down, the red pill program. We take them and put them in a jail. Put them in a jail with some real, you know, with some MS-13s and some whatever I forget the name of these other cartels or other criminal entities. You know what I'm saying? Have around some of those folks for a while. They get the flavor, they understand the aroma of someone getting, you know what I'm saying? Somebody getting the Denzel Washington bathroom scene done for real. You know what I'm saying? Let them understand about pushing in what's really, like, really I just get an idea of what's going on in here. Because these people, they're not getting it. He's not getting it. He don't want to get it either. The arrest Sunday, 9:56 since inauguration.
The country on Sunday, ICE officers arrested 956 people. That compared to about 300 a day back in September. More than 2,600 people have been picked up since President Trump's inauguration. The White House social media feed featuring post after post of people ICE has arrested. We asked ICE for more information and about why they came to this Beacon Hill building.
Hold on, guys.
We asked ICE for more information. We asked ICE for more information. The White House social media feed featuring post after post.
Okay, so assault on female and firearm discharge. Convicted of manslaughter. 3 counts of aggravated DUI. Suspect ties to ISIS terrorist org. Convicted of raping of a child. Convicted.
Most of people ICE has arrested. We asked ICE for more information and about why they came to this Beacon Hill building, who they were looking for, but we have not yet received a response. So I've actually reported at this building before. Back in September, I had a story about a man and a woman here were arrested on very serious child abuse charges. I was at her court hearing on Friday, and her defense attorney mentioned in court that she had immigration issues. Now, we don't know if ICE was here looking for either one of those people or if they were looking for someone else. Back to you now in the studio.
See, that's what I think I heard was the actual story behind this. But okay. I mean, I think some people, they think they mean well. Just like I thought I meant well. And I did mean well. I just didn't know shit. Okay, you don't know anything? You think, well, this whole world is so backwards. We treat people so badly that this needs to happen. And then you start finding out things, Start finding out about the human trafficking. To what extent? And I want to remind all my black viewers, man, all my black viewers, please remember, whenever I talk about bad shit, whenever we're having a conversation, something like human trafficking comes up, abuse in the system, anything negative, always remember, Black Americans are gonna suffer the brunt of that because our system is inherently biased towards us. Okay, so we are always gonna feel the most amount of pain is always gonna be felt by us. When the economy drops in the toilet, we suffer the most. Okay, because we got the least amount of money stocked away to tie us over. That's just one example. Okay, when it comes to how the cops treat people, the darker you are, for whatever reason, the worse treatment. So, just realize that some people, they mean well, they just don't get it. They don't understand the ramifications of what's happening. They don't get what's going on, but they mean well, and they're listening to the wrong entities. Now, it's okay for people to not be here. No one has an obligation to be in your country without going through the proper process. You don't want terrorists or terrorist suspects in the country. You don't want that. None of us want that, right? But we can turn them around. We can rehabilitate them. All right, let's keep going, guys. I got a couple more stories. Couple more points. Hit the like button if this makes any sense to you. If you're going, if you feel like the Tim Black Show is a unique voice, I try to be. I don't want to be like anybody else. My goal is to tell the stories, the way I see the information and provide the best commentary to that information. Speaking of providing the best commentary, Trump and the media have never been a cozy couple of fellas. It's like Trump has never really, it's like Trump's been at the media's neck and the media's been at Trump's neck. It's been a contentious relationship. When I say media, I'm talking about corporate media, the MSNBC, CNNs, CBS, ABC, these things. Okay. So that's not that new. But what I'm seeing happen with Jim Acosta, CNN Jim Acosta, I got to talk about it. So here's the deal. Anybody who doesn't know, okay, this guy right here, this Jim Acosta guy, he's like the flavor of the month. Some people like him. I don't know. Jim Acosta, the ex of CNN, that made programming shake. Okay, so he's live on air, and he says he's leaving. Some of you will recognize him from his run-ins with Donald Trump back in 2016 and 2017. Here goes Jim Acosta quitting live on the air.
I just wanted to end today's show by thanking all of the wonderful people who work behind the scenes at this network. You may have seen some reports about me and the show. And after giving all of this some careful consideration and weighing an alternative time slot CNN offered me, I've decided to move on.
Now, remember here, guys, this is important to hear. A lot of people out here talk about Jim Acosta leaving CNN. They leave out, he was offered an alternative time slot. I don't know why they would leave that out. Sounds like Jim may be leaving because Jim's sort of a prima donna. Yeah, I don't leave a job unless I got another job, or I got people counting on me, just because I now got a shift I don't like. But Jim Acosta does. And Jim Acosta says, hey, they wanted to move my time slot. Now, let's keep it a buck. They're going to be moving his ass to the midnight shift. It would be demoralizing and embarrassing. But still, it's a choice. How many of you today got enough money in your bank account right now, no warning, that if they said, hey, we need to move your schedule to midnight, you'll be able to say, well, I quit today then. Jim Acosta can. He's been there almost 20 years. If they move his time slot, he can quit on a dime, which he does. Let that part sink in. Now let's hear more about Jim Acosta quitting CNN.
I am grateful to CNN for the nearly 18 years I've spent here doing the news. People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no.
I didn't answer that. I could care less. Yeah, I don't care about the other stuff. I don't care what your highlight was. But okay.
That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners.
Yeah, I see Barack Obama sitting there. I wonder if you gave Barack Obama the same level of shit that you gave Trump. Just asking questions. I mean, this guy, Trump used to go at it. I don't recall Jim Acosta going at it with Obama. Jim Acosta's been around for 20 years. Obama was president while Jim's been at CNN. He has been White House correspondent. Just wondering, was there no issues that he felt he should have held Obama to the, balls to the fire? Put him in a vice, so to speak? I'm just saying. But it seems like all I recall from Jim Acosta is him and Trump having run-ins. Why no run-ins with anyone else? Before you tell me, Obama never did anything that would make anybody have a run-in. What? Obama had U.S. citizens killed without due process, had them killed by drone attacks. That's supposed to be against the law, You ain't supposed to just kill American citizens because they're out of the country. You want to drone them? He had us spied on by the CIA and other entities, spying on American citizens, all documented. No one's denying it. It's all facts. He weaponized the CIA against the people. No privacy. After he said he was going to be the most transparent candidacy or administration ever. That's what he said he was going to do. We also got to put in a deportation. Like, the numbers that Obama deported probably make Trump feel inept. Because Obama was deporting like hotcakes. And this guy's just throwing people out. But Acosta didn't jump in his shit. I just want people to wrap their head around the full Acosta. Not for nothing, it just seems like it was a partisan type of thing. If you're a Democrat, you're safe. If you're not a Democrat, time to take off the gloves.
As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future.
Wow. Obama prosecuted more U.S. citizens, journalists than any other president. Yeah, like he locked up a lot of people, man. Think back to all the journalists that got sentenced under Obama. It was a lot of people. You remember this? I remember this. The Manning guy got into Chelsea Manning, and there was another guy. It was that Sterling guy who got it. There was a woman who got it. There's been a number of people that did Obama. Obama went at with razor blades and lemon juice. It's funny. You would think that would be considered bullying the journalist. That's Jim Acosta. Jim Acosta, that's called damn good presidential work.
One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope.
You buy this shit? No, seriously, man. If you're sitting here buying this shit, I gotta wonder, man, where you from? You know, what town the size of a tick are you from that you would buy this guy saying that? Don't buy any of it. Don't give it to the lies. You can't see through shit like that. Don't go to a used car lot. You don't need to buy anything that you gotta haggle. Let's keep going. Now, Jim.
Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media.
This guy's full of shit. I'm just saying, man, it's incredible that there are people that couldn't see through this. This is incredible. Okay, so if you may remember, Jim Acosta got his name recognition when he came from these back and forths he had with Donald Trump. Here goes one of the most memorable moments of Trump versus corporate media, the birth of fake news.
I want to thank all of you for tuning in. It has been an honor to be welcomed into your home for all these years. That's the news. Reporting from Washington, I'm Jim Acosta. Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election to try to keep...
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process. And I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign...
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
Well, that's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was
enough.
going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have...
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
butt. Well, I'm not
like
a big fan of yours either. So
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question, if I can. You repeatedly said
you aren't the best,
Mr. President. You repeatedly over the course.
Okay, just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir.
So then Jim Acosta, Jim Acosta went through so much trouble that he lost his press pass or something. He couldn't cover White House stuff for a while. So he put out a book because, Jim Acosta, the enemy of the people. Yeah, this guy's milking this thing for all it's worth. #1 bestseller. Talking about how dangerous it was for him to talk to Trump. Yeah. There's no record of him being thrown in a goulash, tortured, waterboarded. No one stuck bamboo shoots under his fingernails or lit matches on his forehead or nothing. No hibachi pliers on his testicles. Nothing happened. They didn't rip his earlobes off and feed them to him. Nothing happened. He just lost his press credentials for like a couple of months or something to go to White House press conferences because of shit like this. But he wrote a book and talked about it and went places promoting it. If you ask me, Jim did all right. He made out. He made this thing work for him.
I hope you will read my book, The Enemy of the People, A Dangerous Time to Tell the Truth in America. I'll take you behind the scenes for a revealing look at Donald Trump's presidency. The West Wing, where top staffers are waging fierce turf battles, to Trump's foreign trips, where his cozy relations with dictators are often on display, to the president's rallies, where journalists are taunted and even threatened. My book offers a deep dive into just how this administration is dramatically changing American politics.
You know, we got countries where journalists get killed. We have countries where journalists are killed, taken out. No more Christmases, no more holidays, no more nothing. And this guy's talking about journalists are taunted. People said mean things to me. Trump said mean things. Yeah, okay. But this is a hero. He painted himself like he was a hero for journalism by doing this. Once again, I don't recall Jim Acosta being aggressive with Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or Joe Biden. I don't recall this. Maybe it happened. But where are the clips? Don't tell me that there aren't instances or there weren't news where Jim Acosta should have been pressuring Joe Biden. Where was it? When did it happen? Where's the video of him pressuring Kamala Harris? Barack Obama, I don't see it. All I ever saw was Jim Acosta all up into Trump. I'm not saying you can't pressure Trump, but what I'm saying is, why play victim after you do it? If you go after the guy, you get a news cycle. Then you write a book about how mean he talked to you. Not that he did anything to you. You know, you didn't get swatted. Where someone calls the SWAT team, they come out to your house because someone thinks you're holding hostages. He didn't do that to you. You didn't get audited by the IRS out the blue. Like, what did he do to you? Oh, he talked snippy. He called you goofy. Oh, okay.
The heart of the book is our fight to defend the truth, as Trump attacks the facts and demonizes the media as fake news and worse, the enemy of the people. As I put in my book, a different kind of president requires a different kind of playbook for journalists. Trump and some of his supporters can attack us all they want, they can call us all the names they want, but we are still going to search for the truth and report the news. Real news. That's why I wrote The Enemy of the People, A Dangerous Time to Tell the Truth in America.
Hey guys, it's Jim. And let me just say this, I've had quite the day. But as you could see earlier today, this was my last day at CNN. And I did want to jump on Substack Live here for a moment and say, welcome to my new venture. I'm going independent, at least for now. This is just the beginning, but I wanted to invite you to join me here on this platform as we talk about the day's news, talk about politics and so on. And I do want to, just in case you missed my closing message earlier in the day, don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to fear. Hold on to the truth and hope. And we'll keep this conversation going. Great to see all of you here. We'll talk some more soon.
Go subscribe to my Substack channel for $20 a month. Whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we got some people that are buying into Jim Acosta, who can't see through a guy playing his hand. This guy's hustling. This guy's literally hustling everybody. He's pretending like what he has is a fight for injustice or against injustice. He's standing up for journalists. Don't believe the lies. Don't let them scare you or intimidate you. You know, the average American's not having to go into a roast session with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a usual thing. Once again, folks, I've looked at stories, I've covered stories of journalists gone missing in other countries. What Jim Acosta had to put up with, was that something really? It's a fabrication in order to sell a narrative, in order to help himself. April Ryan did the same thing. April Ryan gets snippy with Trump, Trump gets snippy back. Then it's, oh my God, he's attacking a black woman. Then all of a sudden, people didn't know who the hell she was, go, hey, that's the lady that was attacked by Trump. Then she wrote a book. Then she sold a book. I mean, it's the game. I'm not knocking the game, but it is the game. It's bullshit. Nobody's coming to get him. No one's taking their kids and holding them hostage. Nothing happened to them or their loved ones. No one, what are we talking about? No one's waterboarding them, torturing them, locking down their bank accounts, yanking their passports. Nothing, literally nothing happened to Acosta, except they revoked his ability to go to their press conferences because they felt he was intentionally being a scam artist, jackass, causing a distraction in order to elevate his name. One very lucrative thing, man, and everybody admits this. Donald Trump was very good for the business. Donald Trump has been a cash cow for media, corporate media. Hell, I know YouTubers who become millionaires talking about Trump. Kind of makes me look a little stupid, doesn't it? I mean, I know literal people that all their content, 95% of their content is about Trump. And they're millionaires now because they've been covering Trump for 8 years. He was out of office, they still were covering him because corporate media was. Him getting another term gives him 12 years. 12 years of covering Donald Trump. I'm not going to name names. 12 years. They're looking for 12 years and be able to retire. I think that one particular person that I know who's made millions, I think they'll be able to retire after this term. If they haven't retired already. I think they're still out there doing the content. So corporate media has been benefiting big time off Donald Trump. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Anybody who says anything different, they're not paying attention. They don't know enough to have that conversation. Donald Trump has been big business. Big business in corporate media. They are happy as hell he's there. Don't get it twisted. And the Democratic Party, they align themselves with corporations. And what they forgot, those corporations, they don't love the Democrats. They love money. So now the roosters are coming home to roost. Now they're like, hey, we don't want to treat Trump that way. We made as much money we could going against Trump. Now that the coaches shifted, now let's support him. And now the Democrats are left standing with all the cheers taken. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, Johnson. One more story, then we're out of here. But I got to cover this because, well, it's important. Hit the like button if you're still around. Hit the like button if you're still around. Shout out to my moderators. Extra innings on the Tim Black Show. Extra innings. Let's go to RFK Jr. Now, RFK Jr. is going through his confirmation hearings to become HHS Secretary, Health Human Services Secretary. Here goes a little bit about what's going on with RFK Jr.
I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies,
no,
and I'm not going to agree to that,
drug
Senator.
Companies as much as you want.
I'm not going to agree to not sue drug companies or anybody.
So let's do a quick count here of how, as Secretary of HHS, if you get confirmed, you could influence every one of those lawsuits. Well, let me start the list. You could publish your anti-vaccine.
I'm confused here. I could have sworn when she opened this up, she says, tell me that you're not going to sue these drug companies. And then he said, well, I won't tell you I won't sue them. She says, I'm not telling you to tell me you won't sue them. Like, I'm lost. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to try something.
I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies,
no,
and I'm not going to agree to that,
drug
Senator.
Companies as much as you want.
I'm not going to agree to not sue drug companies or anybody.
So let's do a quick count here of how, as Secretary of HHS, if you get confirmed, you could influence every one of those lawsuits. Well, let me start the list. You could publish your anti-vaccine conspiracies, but this time on U.S. government letterhead, something a jury might be impressed by. You could appoint people to the CDC vaccine panel who share your anti-vax views and let them do your dirty work. You could tell the CDC vaccine panel to remove a particular vaccine from the vaccine schedule. You could remove vaccines from special compensation programs, which would open up manufacturers to mass torts. You could make more injuries eligible for compensation even if there is no causal evidence. You could change vaccine court processes to make it easier to bring junk lawsuits. You could turn over FDA data to your friends at the law firm, and they could use it however it benefited them. You could change vaccine labeling. You could change vaccine information rules. You could change which claims are compensated in the vaccine injury compensation program. There's a lot of ways that you can influence those future lawsuits and pending lawsuits while you are Secretary of HHS, and I'm asking you to commit right now that you will not take a financial stake in every one of those lawsuits so that what you do as Secretary will also benefit you financially down the line.
I'll comply with all the ethical guidelines.
That's not the question. You and I, you have said
You're asking me, Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah,
you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Look, no one should be fooled here. As Secretary of HHS, Robert Kennedy will have the power to undercut vaccines and vaccine manufacturing across our country.
Well, sis, when did we fight for vaccine manufacturers? These are people that make drugs for money. Isn't that what they do? Folks, why is this woman fighting for Big Pharma? You know, I was today years old when I found out how much money Elizabeth Warren takes from Big Pharma. I didn't know until today, man. It was over like $5 million she's taking from Big Pharma. Elizabeth Warren. In fact, she's number 2 on the list of taking the most money from big pharmaceuticals. You know who number 1 was? Hold on to your seats. Senator Bernie Sanders. Faces off. Face off. Face off. Face. Oh, he had a good reason for taking the money. It must be something positive. And Elizabeth's got a good reason because if you sue, you only make money if you win a lawsuit, right? I don't know what she's talking about as far as he has a stake in the lawsuits, if lawsuits are brought. But you got to win them, right? So if you win a lawsuit, right? You won it. If they're not doing anything, would he win the lawsuit? See, I gotta look, I'm on the side of the kids. I'm on the side of the people. And if they are overdoing it with the vaccines are not being vetted properly, if they're doing vaccines, creating more vaccines in order to fill their own pockets to benefit corporations and get kickbacks from those corporations, I got a problem with that. Why would Elizabeth Warren have a problem with that? Why is Elizabeth Warren fighting for the vaccine companies, which are Big Pharma? It's not some benevolent group of people running around. These are people that do media. These are people that make medicines for profit. The medicine costs $5 to make it and charge you $500. $500. $2,000. It's crazy the markup on these drugs. And she's kicking the can about if you sue them, you'll make money. I don't care what he makes. I don't care about that. I care that if you sue him, was the lawsuit valid? Were they breaking the law? Were they contaminating our children? Were they doing something that was dangerous to all Americans? That's what I care about. I don't care about the fucking money. Who cares about money? He would only win, even if you're saying it's true. And I'm not conceding that it is, but even if it was, who would give a shit? You only won a lawsuit if you prove something. If there's nothing to prove, and they're not doing anything deleterious to the people, then there would be no lawsuit to win. Right? Right? But it's the federal government. We have resources. Not like he's suing. He would be suing a private citizen who couldn't fight back, who would have to say, okay, let me settle out of court. No, these are government, these are big-time pharmaceutical companies that have money, right? So these big-time pharmaceutical companies have the best lawyers. They damn sure got the best lobbyists. Hence the $5 million, damn near $6 million that Elizabeth Warren has picked up over the years from Big Pharma herself. So what I'm trying to say is, give it a break, sister.
And for all of his talk about follow the science and his promise that he won't interfere with those of us who want to vaccinate his kids, the bottom line is the same. Kennedy can kill off access to vaccines and make millions of dollars while he does it. Kids might die, but Robert Kennedy can keep cashing in.
Senator, I support vaccines. I support the childhood schedule. I will do that. The only thing I want is good science, and that's it.
How about then say you won't make money off what you do as Secretary of HHS?
Mr. Kennedy, you have compared the CDC's work to Nazi death camps. You've compared it to sexual abusers in the Catholic Church. You've also said that many of them belong, this is a direct quote, many of them belong in jail. For me, those are disturbing characterizations of the CDC workers that I know who are trying to keep the American public safe every single day.
CDC workers. Nah, man. The CDC workers don't run the organization. So this is bullshit. Just like you can make comments about the police force or any organization and the people that run it, you can say that this system is causing death on the level of this. And not be talking about every individual person that works in that law enforcement, or every individual cop, for instance. Every individual cop is not a flaming lunatic going against every law that they swore an oath to do. It is, that's not everybody. But I would say the structure of our policing is built on slave patrols. That's what the first police did. They would return their property, defended property, protected property rights for the landowners, for the property owners. Property owners were slave masters. The property was us, human beings. So it's built on this legacy of this shit. But that doesn't mean that everybody in 2025 who, from crossing guards to, 911 responders to, phone call people, whatever, it doesn't mean that every one of those people are somehow the most horrible people in the world. It's the entity and how the entity functions and its impact.
And as you are presented as the nominee for this position, I need to know, do you stand by those statements that you made in the past, or do you retract those previous statements?
Senator, I don't believe that I ever compared the CDC to Nazi death camps. I support the CDC. My job is not to dismantle or harm the CDC. My job is to empower the scientists if I'm privileged to be confirmed.
So you retract those statements?
I'm not retracting it. I never said it.
Well, actually, I have a transcript
of me saying that it's a Nazi death camp.
Let me read your words. It says that the institution CDC and the vaccine program, is your description of their work, is more important than the children that it's supposed to protect, And you know, it's the same reason we had a pedophile scandal in the Catholic Church. It's because people were able to convince themselves that the institution of the church was more important than these little boys and girls who were being raped. That's pretty provocative language. You said in another statement to me, this is like Nazi death camp. I mean, let me finish. I'm just reading your words. I mean, what happened to these kids? 1 in 31 boys in this country, their minds are being robbed from them.
Yeah, I was not comparing the CDC to Nazi death camps. I was comparing the injury rate to our children to other atrocities.
Hey everyone, tomorrow is a pivotal moment in our.
So yeah, that's how I saw it as well. It's not literally. I would think it would be grossly unfair, right? It'd be unfair to compare the institutions, the CDC institution itself, to a machine meant to exterminate people. But we're saying the after effects, like 1 in 31 boys, he's saying that the pain and suffering that it's causing is horrific. And that's why he equated the actual death that's caused. Particularly when it comes to protecting the institution. You know what the Roman Catholic Church did? They moved bad people around. They moved bad people around. You can say the same thing about teachers' unions. It's really hard to fire a teacher. So teachers that are bad teachers often get moved to other schools. The best you can do, because of the union is so strong, is to get them relocated, get them out of your school. That's sort of like what the Roman Catholic Church did with priests who were accused of certain activities. So I'm not saying that everybody in the Roman Catholic Church is a PDF, but it's saying that it functions that way. It functions similarly, or saying that everyone in a teachers union is a PDF, but saying it functions that way. And I think Warnock understands that. That's why Warnock is one of my least favorite people in the Senate. Just because he's so lame. He don't stand up for anything. I never heard Warnock stand up for anything except falling in line and being a good Democrat. That's all I heard Warnock ever do. I mean, Georgia, I hope you got your money's worth out of this guy. First of all, if you didn't think you were going to get some money out of stimulus checks, you probably never would have put him in office to begin with. And then what has he done? Just been a good choir boy. That's all he's done. And look, I get it. He's under no obligation to be better. But if he's going to do all that talking and giving us all these Negro spirituals conversations, these speeches, and people say, oh, he's so amazing, it's oratory. But at the end of the day, it's hot air and bullshit. We're talking about health. Health. Now let's go to this clip before we go any further. This young lady, the young lady I'm about to play, she ran as RFK Jr.'s running mate. I do not recall her name. Somebody put her name in the comment section. And she's going to issue a challenge to anybody who does not want to confirm RFK Jr. She means business.
Our nation's history at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, RFK will sit in front of the Senate Finance Committee for his confirmation hearing to be our nation's next Secretary of Health and Human Services. I urge everyone to call their U.S. senators over the following days and demand they vote yes on Bobby's nomination. He is more than qualified. He's proven, principled, and prepared to lead. I'll share a list below of key senators. If they represent your state, they need to hear from you. If they don't, please call your own senator and ask them to vote yes. We need as many votes as we can get. So this hasn't been widely reported, but in 2020, I cut large checks to Chuck Schumer to help Democrats flip 2 Senate seats in Georgia from red to blue. The 2 candidates I helped elect, Senator Raphael Warnock and Senator John Ossoff, please know I will be watching your votes very closely. I will make it my personal mission that you lose your seats in the Senate if you vote against the future health of America's children. And more than that, I also want to say to Senators Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Lisa Markovsky, Susan Collins, Bill Cassidy, Tom Tillis, James Langford, Cory Booker, John Fetterman, Bernie Sanders, and Catherine Cortez Masto. This is a bipartisan message, and it comes directly from me. While Bobby may be willing to play nice, I won't. If you vote against him, I will personally fund challengers to primary you in your next election, and I will enlist hundreds of thousands to join me. Big Pharma and Big Ag have exploited us for far too long. It ends now. You're either on the side of transparency and accountability, or you are standing in the way. The choice is yours. Please choose wisely.
Damn! Jesus Christ. Wow, Johnson. I haven't heard this type of bullying done. No, I haven't heard this type of tough talk in a while, Johnson. I got to tell you, that's dedication. That is dedication. Look, if you don't get this guy confirmed, I believe so strongly in this guy that if you do not support him, I'm going to go after you. I'm going to go after your seat. I'm going to try to get you up out of Congress. You do not need to be working for the people if you're going to try to block this guy. This guy is committed to what he's trying to do, and you are being a stooge for the system. You are working with big pharmaceuticals if you go against this guy. This guy means well. And you know what? That's how I see it. That is exactly how I see it. Why do people who say our system is shit, why are they so content on keeping it the way it is? I don't understand it. Why are people that say, hey, I don't like the way we get treated. I don't like what's going on with our food. I don't like what's going on with our water. I don't like what's going on with our healthcare system. And then they listen to Democrats who tell them to leave it alone and not to change it. You don't need people to mess around on the edges. You don't need a fade. You need the whole shit cut off your head. You know, sometimes you can go to the back when I used to be a part of this group, you could go to the barbershop, you get a fade. Clean you up real quick, edge you up, But there'll be times like if you waited long enough, like a couple months, an edge up ain't enough. You need a damn haircut. And if you waited way too long, say you've been waiting so long it's beyond that, and now you got wingworms, you got some type of problem, right? You need to cut all that hair off and start all over. And that's what I think America is. America's got ringworms. And y'all try to get a fade because Democrats told you to. You don't like the way things are going, but you don't want to switch. I don't understand it. You don't got a lot of options. RFK Jr., has he ever said anything I didn't agree? Has RFK ever said anything was disagreeable? Yeah, probably so. Probably so. But here's the thing. He wants to change the system. He seems committed to doing something for our kids and for our system that I think needs to happen. Who else is talking about making changes? Everybody else will come in and keep doing the same damn thing. If you don't like it the way it is, at least now, if you change it, you'll find out what you don't like. If that was the problem, you'll be able to find out, hey, what if we went another way? Stop thinking and wondering, what if we went another way? Let's actually go another way. Let's stop funding shit we don't need. Let's stop funding things that don't help us at home. Let's do away with some of the erroneous programs. And then let's fight for programs that actually impact us positively. Stop trying to hold on to things that ain't working. Back to RFK Jr. Yeah, I'm not up here to sell you on RFK Jr. But I never heard anybody willing to primary anybody to get Warnock's punk ass in the Senate. I never heard anybody try to part ways with friends politically who they've helped fund, help get them in office. If they didn't go the right way before, or someone else. I never heard such strong talk. Have you? Now, what we get people like Luther Campbell complaining if you don't vote for Kamala. We get people like Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, people yelling at you, Ricky Smiley, calling you all types of names and sellouts if you don't support Kamala Harris. When was the last time you saw a multimillionaire telling Congress people hey, support this guy while pulling the plug on you. We're going to run somebody against you. Last time I heard that type of talk, that was the ADL. The ADL. I should say AIPAC. It was AIPAC doing that to black Congress members. Because they felt that those Congress members were directly opposed to what they stand for and what their best interests are. So you may not like this woman who's going against these other Ossoff, Warnock, she named some other people too. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. She funded some of your favorite Democrats to some of these progressives. If RFK is so bad, why is she now funding RFK? And why is she willing to put her money where her mouth is? And the way things are going, what you got to lose? Literally, what do we have to lose? I support it. I think RFK is on to something. I want to get a guy shot. I hope he gets confirmed. I mean, if you get Hegseth confirmed, Jesus Christ. Hegsmith, whatever his name was, shit. RFK should be a walk in the park. I mean, yeah, he was on drugs, but that was 50 years ago. What were you doing 40 years ago? And what you have money to do? And sometimes you got a lot of money, you got time on your hands, people make bad decisions. But that was many moons ago. I'm willing to see what he's going to do. We need revolutionary change. We need radical change. Not, we just dot the I's and cross the T's and open up a new merch shop and we do some rebranding with our logo. Nah, blow up the building. Build a new one. Start from scratch. If you ask me, none of this shit should be for money. You should make money on vaccines. You should be able to come billion-dollar companies off of vaccines. This should not be a financial incentive to save lives. All right, I'm Tim Black, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Let's go to comments section. Who is here? Once again, Megs got here. Megs is in the house. What's up, Megs? How you doing, fam? Thank you for supporting the show, Megs. Donald Moore got his mug. That's who it was. Donald Moore said, I got my mug. That's what's up, Donald. Thank you, brother, for supporting the channel. Black Mama said, support the channel. Go get a mug. Tim Black mug. Craig R. became a member of the YouTube show. Craig, I thought you are or were. You've been around supporting us for years. Thanks for coming back, bro. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you, man. Black Mamba, what's happening? Donation to the cuss jar. I know I had to let one go. Sometimes you got to let one go. And as always, Trust No Party comes through with a sticker. My brother, my brother, my brother. Thank you for supporting the Tim Black Show, guys. I mean it. All right, that's all I got. We went long tonight. Thank you, Buck. Thank you, Black Mamba, for your patience. Tim Black Wolfpack, I got your back. I know you got mine. Let's do this. Remember, the Tim Black Show gives the black America the raw truth it deserves. I'm trying to help Black America get out of the burning building, which is the Democratic Party. I'm upfront. I'm honest. That's the mission. Once we're out that burning building, we'll figure it out. I got nothing but love for you. Like I always say, don't let anybody take your cornbread. All right. We good, fam? Are we good? Who's here? People still hanging around? Yeah, I got a few people still in the house. Thank you. Malcolm Rex, Black Knight, FBA, Earth Angel. Yeah. LJ, what's up, LJ? Lawrence, LJ, I think I responded to your email. Buck Bewley. For $5 a month, you can become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack or the VIP. Go to jointimblack.com. Thanks, Buck. Appreciate you, brother. Lawrence Jones, what's up, fam? Salute all, B1. Bodista of FFM. Rose, good night. Undisputed Truth. I don't know what this is. Hey, Wolfpack, I posted a short from my hike with my doggo Brixie. Stop by. You are all most welcome. Okay. Hey. I don't know what that came from. Lord have mercy. Hey, what's going on, man? That's not the imagery. What the hell? Tobias, what's up, Tobias? Hell no, yes, you did regarding tech. Tobias, be back tomorrow. We need 22 likes before you leave, guys. We need 22 more likes to get to 400. I still got some people hanging around. I know you haven't hit like yet. Hit the like button for the show. Help us in the algorithm. You can do this. I appreciate you. Nothing but love. And as always, where are my girls at?